Now then, over 10 million of us tuned in to watch the launch of I'm a Celebrity last night.
And here to discuss the class of 2019 are former kings and queens of the jungle, Biggins, Kian, Egan and Toph. How lovely to see you all.
Royalty this morning.
I know, so much royalty.
So what did you think then?
I think we've just got to talk about the booking of the decade, Caitlyn Jenner.
I know.
I can't believe it. I mean, don't be offended, darling. You were the booking of the last. the decade gone by.
I love the fact that Ant and Dec made the reference to the £500,000 to sort of, you know, get that out of the way, because that was...
I think it might be more.
I don't think it's as much as that. But then
I would agree. I don't think it's fair.
Oh, I do.
Well, when you were asked what was the best thing about going into the jungle, you said the money.
That was absolutely. But 12 years ago, it was £50,000 I got.
Good heavens.
You know, which was not £500,000.
No.
I'm going to put a bill in today.
It's still a massive amount of money, though.
So, where should we begin then? Should we talk about the journeys into the jungle?
They were quite hard. And they started off, you know, doing the plank. I did it 2 years ago.
Don't know how you did it.
I know, but I did the easy version.
It seemed more windier than ever.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
It was so high, but they had to then go to the end of it, reverse down a ladder and wait for this thing to light up. It was completely insane. And I just felt for Kate Garraway. Have you seen her struggling?
Yeah.
We've got a little VT, we've got to watch it.
But she did marvellously, though, at the end.
How are you all with heights?
I don't know if I can do it. I can't do it.
That's the point.
Oh, God.
That's it, my love. Look how wobbly that is. Look. Got it?
Well, that's that little bit that tipped. That's tricky.
But also, the cruelest thing about that is when you're doing that, you want to go, don't look down, and you were forced to look down.
Yes, to see the holes.
The buzzer was right there.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I just thought, you know, like, that challenge wasn't there when I was there, and it definitely is one of those, like, to be walking out on a building and kind of climb down a ladder, that's pretty full on. At the same time, I always say when you do the jungle, I used to always say to myself, nothing's going to happen to me here. There's no way they're going to let anything happen to me here. So it is a bit of mind over matter, I think, with a lot of the challenges. But that's the kind of game of the jungle, you know, you've got to get your mind over it.
Well, it was mind over matter for Nadine, surely, wasn't it, last night?
There was a lovely moment with Caitlyn and Nadine, because Nadine had a bit of a cry at the prospect of doing the skydive, and I really, really felt for her. And I thought it was a really tender, maybe the beginning of a lovely little friendship.
I love Caitlyn, though.
Yeah. Steph
She's
said to me as we were watching it last night, and Caitlyn was really very comforting for Nadine, and Steph said, if she has compassion as well, she's won this.
Yeah.
I agree.
Sure.
I totally agree with Steph.
She also, there was a brilliant moment in the car with the spider.
Oh, yes, and she's the only one who stayed.
Only one sat in the car, so she's got compassion and she's incredibly brave as well.
I know. She's a good girl. I love her.
I think we got that clip, actually, of them on their way into Snake Rock. Let's have a look.
Yeah, we've got it.
Oh, my God.
Mate, that's so big it should be driving.
He's just sitting in the back. Ian Wright couldn't get the door open.
It's the most brilliant moment when celebrities obviously haven't seen a critter, and then after a week or so, they're climbing all over you, and you're thinking, it's fine.
Now, tell me, is that because at that point you're thinking it hasn't actually started yet? We're just walking in.
But
I think
they're not going to chuck a spider in a car with us.
The start of it all, you know, I remember the first day we got there, we were stuck on an island, and the start of it all, I had a tick on me straight away. I mean, it really kicks in fast, the reality of what you're doing, because you get sucked out by yourself as an individual from a nice hotel to this random place.
Yeah.
And you haven't met anybody yet, so, like, you know, there's a lot to take in straight away. So you're expecting all these things to kind of hit you, and then as soon as you see one little thing, you're out of your skin.
That first night when you sleep there, you think everything's going to crawl over you. I mean, I loved it when they put those pants on their head last night. What was that going to do? But, you know, once you get over that, it's fine. You don't worry. I slept the best I've ever slept.
Oh, I didn't on the first night. Not
Oh,
a wink.
I did.
But you become acclimatised to
You do.
it. And you
Well, there were
really
two
well.
camps, as there always are.
So this is it. So the main camp had lovely
this one that we're
kangaroo
watching
shanks. I wouldn't mind a kangaroo
And a gym.
shank. Yeah, I know.
And a gym.
Unbelievable.
Where did that come from?
I know, I couldn't believe it. And then at the end of the show, so Ant and Dec announced that Caitlin and Kate would be facing the first bush tucker trial, which is always the best.
Yes.
Always the best one of the series. And it's aptly named Bugged Off.
Bugged
Love
Off.
it. And so, interesting twist, they're playing to win food for the main camp. And then afterwards, the main camp gets to decide whether those two can join them.
Right,
Love
and
it.
we've actually got a little exclusive
Yes,
clip of
yeah.
tonight's trial as
Oh,
well.
have you?
Look, we do, Biggie.
Oh, this is exciting.
The basket's moving, Caitlin.
Oh, wait a second, hold it.
No! Ah!
Ready? Oh!
Oh, so close!
Okay, it's got to be a little farther.
Oh no, oh no, oh no. There's so many of them.
Oh, boy. Oh, we got lots of friends.
I think Caitlin's won it for me.
I agree. I couldn't agree more, Phil.
I think Ian Wright is going to come through, though, you know. And the
He
interesting
got a
thing...
bit grumpy last night.
Yeah, but
You
you know,
could
I
see
think
him
the
getting a
interesting
bit
thing
like-
about it is that, like, when you first get in there, you've got lots of energy, you're all full of games, but week and a half in, that's when you kind of see it all separate,
true.
you know?
Do you know who
So
I
right.
love because to come in because someone comes in late? I came in late. I would love Richard Madeley to come in late.
Yes.
because,
I
of course-
said that the other day.
Do you know because his son-in-law is there? It would be hysterical.
Is
I
that?
think.
I mean, is this because we've heard whisperings, or
Well, I
is it
don't know.
because-
I think it's a great
Maybe I
booking.
started
You
the
might have
whispering.
Perhaps it's you.
That might
God,
be
it was
your-
here. I said last week, do you know who I would love to come in?
Oh, I think he'd be
Now there's a
brilliant.
rumour and it's my
Are there any
fault.
other rumours? Do we know anywhere else? It's just the Madeley one, isn't
Yeah.
it? He'd be great.
He'd be
It would
wonderful.
be so good. I also want to talk about, because I remember my first 24 hours, I knew that Stanley Johnson was my man in camp.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of know and you gravitate towards people. Did you have anyone when you were in there?
Yeah, I've really... Anna Ryder Richardson was great. I also loved Keris Matthews, and she
Yeah.
sang to us one night. It was like having a pop concert for four of us in the camp. It was lovely. And Lynn Franks I loved. And believe it or not, I loved Katie Hopkins. She was, in those early days,
Yeah.
when she was the second person to leave, and I cried.
Did you?
Yeah, because I loved her.
Oh,
we got on so
Big.
well.
Whatever happened to her?
Yeah.
What happened to Dec?
Yeah, so there were so many people tweeting about it. They were saying, you know, are you all right? What's going on? And then Dec tweeted, so he actually hurt his arm.
I saw this little red thing.
Yes, so it turns out it's to do with beautiful baby Isla. He was doing the sterilising.
He
He burnt his
burnt
arm.
Burnt
himself.
himself.
What was the Kardashian
Burnt
reaction?
myself. No.
Yes, so this is really interesting. So we all know the Kardashian-Jenner family. They're internet sensations, and they're always very supportive of each other on social media. Complete radio silence.
No way.
Absolutely nothing, which I was really surprised about. And I was thrilled when Caitlin actually mentioned the girls, because I thought maybe she was going to go in there and not discuss
bring them up.
family. And it was, you know, after about half an hour, we were hearing about them. So I think it'll be interesting to see how this develops, maybe the time difference with California.
Maybe.
Or they're
We
jealous.
can hope.
Well, it would be
Maybe.
strange not to mention
I
it.
think the Kardashians
Would
have
be.
kind of pushed Caitlyn to one side, though, haven't they?
But you
Whereas the Jenners,
yeah.
his two girls, I think
Yeah.
they're a little bit more involved.
You say
Right.
this,
They don't
so-
even talk about him in the show anymore.
Really?
Eagle-eyed viewers noticed last night that Caitlin was actually wearing Yeezys. Do you know what Yeezys are, Biggins?
No idea.
So they're Kanye
Oh, yeah,
West
the trainers, aren't they?
trainers.
Ah.
Oh.
Trainers, yeah.
Oh, well,
I
that's a
don't know.
little message, isn't it, out
Yeah.
there?
A little
Supporting
message.
family.
And it was really making me laugh on Twitter. So many people were saying that so Caitlin's ex, Chris, would have been tweeting for her to do all of the trials.
Well, who do we think is gonna just in a word, who's gonna win at the moment? Because obviously it's
Caitlin.
impossible at this stage.
I wish I'd have put a bet on. She was 10-1 before the show started. Now odds-on favourite. Caitlin for me.
Caitlin for me.
Caitlin.
Not for me. I think it could be Ian Wright.
Ian Wright.
Ian, right, I think Roman Kemp's going to do very
Yeah,
well.
he's,
I think he's going to be
It's
very
Always the
charming.
person you don't think. It's always someone comes up from behind. I mean,
If you pardon the expression.
So true, though.
where your mind goes.
So true.
There's also, just the rumours when I said that, Clef Parisi, who was minting EastEnders, has been rumoured in the papers today.
Yeah.
Andrew Wyman, Kirk and Corrie,
Yes.
also rumoured.
Yes.
So we'll have to wait and see.
Crazy.
And, obviously, your guy, Richard Madeley.
Yeah, come on, Richard.
That would just
I
be
know, that would.
amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.